Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Good evening, everyone. I'm Reverend Richard Burdick, and I'm here with Michael Burke, and we're delighted to invite you into our space and into our hearts and into this moment at Unity North Atlanta, our weekly meditation time, our time to go into the sanctuary of our being and our hearts and reflect for a while. It's going to be a wonderful time of bridge building, in case you hadn't guessed that already. We're going to build bridges tonight. We're going to build a bridge from what was to what will be. A bridge from fear to love, or from doubt to confidence, from perhaps old ideas to new awarenesses, from any sense of separation into a deeper awareness of oneness. Michael and I have been talking and sharing about the idea that the world is a little bit in a place of paranoia, and today we're going to make a move and build a bridge to a place of pronoia. It's the difference between thinking that the world is completely against you and in pronoia, knowing the truth that the world is absolutely for you, that all things are working together for the highest and best good. You know what? This has been a time during this quarantine for us to take advantage of being quiet and being still, and we're going to do that here in just a moment. But we're all called to be bridge builders, to be energy shifters, to be the tenders and the keepers of a fire and a light. So Michael and I are going to be sharing some poetry, some of his beautiful original poetry, some stuff that congregants have sent in that we're going to share with you, a little bit of music, chanting, some silence and reflection, and we're going to see where Spirit leads us to go this evening. So I invite you to simply lean back where you are into a place of peace, a place of calm. We begin with the song, Be Still and Know That I Am God, written by Penelope Williams. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Take a deep breath with us. And on the exhale, allow yourself to be fully present to this now moment, the only place that God and love and peace truly exists. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. There are two ways to live our lives. One, believing that life is against us, and the other, to know down deep that everything is for us. As you close your outer eyes and open the sanctuary of your heart, let there be a bridge using the power of choice and decision, awareness and recognition, finding evidence within you that everything is really moving in the direction of the highest good. We offer you our first poem, Crossing the Bridge.
It is quite necessary to balance the bridges we cross with the lands they separate. The land of before and the land of after are but earthly perceptions that bring us to the soil of now. There's a rich, spiritually filled, nutrition-laced field that is awakening in each of us. We, who are here now, alive during this pandemic, are part of the process. Each of us are a vital part of the foundation of the bridge, crossing into a new land. And this new land, this new earth, requires we leave the crumbling prisons that were built of paranoia and embrace the newly shaping shelters constructed from pronoia. The temples of ourselves are now the sacred strands that shape our next steps, steps that must be taken together. Together, we move from a sense of a universe out to get us, to punish us, to demean us, into a universe that is out to empower us, to encourage us, and ultimately, to redeem us. A universe that is conspiring, no matter how strange it appears, to gracefully engage each and every one of us as critical components in the building of a new bridge that connects us all to our hearts. Our hearts are bonded already by the fields of frequency they produce. Now these fields, like the countless strands of cable to support a bridge, are being called together to entwine into a strength that can only be expressed when we are wrapped together. Supporting one another is the strength that bridges us into this new land. A land of pronoia, where we not only believe in the unfolding beauty, we become that beauty by holding one another in the vision that we are in this together, not individual strands trying to be strong, but strands wrapped together, making us all strong. The weak links are empowered. The strong links are emblazoned. The sharing of our abilities is the foundation for a new and immaculate bridge that connects us all. Right here, right now. We are on that bridge. And it is our love, our love for one another, our love for ourselves, our love for all things that shall carry us across from the paranoia of a past to the pronoia of a present, where we can be the love we are and not just dream about it, write about it, or wish for it. Right now, we are on this bridge together. If we just stay here, we will weigh it down and it shall crumble. If we go back, we shall become extinct. But if we cross over, we arrive at the new land. If we persevere, then we sing a new song, a song of unity, a song of oneness, a song in which we all help one another, and we become the harmony we seek. The universe is conspiring in ways impossible for us to comprehend for the most beneficial outcome. Let us do the same. Believe in pronoia. Believe in yourself. Believe in us. We are one mass of humanity. It's time to cross the bridge together.
I invite you to take these words into the sacred sanctuary of your heart for just a moment of integration, of stillness and silence. Humanity has come to an edge, a precipice, a wall, a canyon, a doorway. And at this moment in time, in history, we decide, each of us, to turn around and to go back, or to find a way around, beyond, through, over, or to simply build that bridge. Every decision you make, and no matter what decision you make, will require shedding ourselves of something, ridding ourselves of something in order to make our way forward. A releasing of what might be in the way, or what has become a burden and is no longer needed. Knowing that what we release may become the very materials for the bridge that we are about to build. Our second chant of the evening, I release, Spirit fills my soul. I release, Spirit fills my soul. I let go. I release, Spirit fills my soul. let go. Walls come down, blocks dissolve. I fall easy into love. Hold the energy of release. I release, Spirit fills my soul. I let go. I release, Spirit fills my soul. I let go. Walls come down, blocks dissolve. I fall easy into love. Our second poem and reading is written by Pema Chodron, a Buddhist nun.
At some point, if you're fortunate, you'll hit a wall of truth and wonder what you've been doing with your life. At that point, you'll feel highly motivated to find out what frees you and helps you to be kinder and more loving, less cliche-driven and confused. At that point, you'll actually want to be present. Present as you go through a door. Present as you take a step. Present as you wash your hands or wash a dish. Present to being triggered. Present to simmering. Present to the ebb and flow of your emotions and thoughts. Day in and day out, you'll find that you notice sooner when you're hooked, and it will be easier to refrain. If you continue to do this, a kind of shedding happens, a shedding of old habits, a shedding of being run around by pleasure and pain, a shedding of being held hostage by worldly concerns.
Walls come down, blocks dissolve. I fall easy into love. I release, Spirit fills my soul. I let go. Simply let go in our next period of silence. we each can draw strength in knowing that as we are releasing, shedding ourselves of those unnecessary things, the components that we will build a bridge from, that we're not doing it alone. We are doing it with ancients from eons back, with communities right here and right now. And we're doing it with the energy of children yet to come, for we are intrinsically connected to each other. We are not building bridges for ourselves alone. We are doing it for all creation, and most especially for our future and the younger generations. And so I offer you this poem by Will Allen Dromgoole. It's entitled Bridge Builder. An old man going a lone highway came at the evening cold and gray to a chasm vast and deep and wide, through which was flowing a sullen tide. The old man crossed in the twilight dim. The sullen stream had no fear for him, but he turned when he was safe on the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. "Old man," said a fellow pilgrim nearby, "you are wasting your strength with building here. Your journey will end with the ending day. You will never, ever again pass this way. You have crossed the chasm, deep and wide. Why build this bridge at evening tide?" The builder lifted his old gray head. "Good friend, in the path that I have come," he said, "there followed after me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. This chasm that has been as naught to me, to that fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He, too, must cross in the twilight dim. Good friend, I am building this bridge for him. There is only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. Let your now moment stand as a bridge between what has been and to those that have yet to come, and feel and know a deep sense of oneness. There is only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. There is only one. is only one. I'm going to ask Michael to play a bowl in our next period of reflection. Let its vibration represent the oneness that you are living in and as. As the bowl continues, we continue with a reading written by our beautiful congregant, Cecilia Smith. Her face is on the screen now, for you to recognize her and to invite her energy and her heart into this moment. Cecilia often receives messages from her guides and teachers that come in the form of a single word. And she looks up the meaning of that word, and she was given the word interregnum. Interregnum. A bridge of sorts. It is the period between the departure of one monarch and the enthronement of the successor. These are her words. This period of the virus is an interregnum. It marks the sharp line between the old order and the new. We have been hoping, praying, affirming, and striving for the new age to begin. We weren't quite sure how this would be, or whether we would live to see it. We have. It is incredible, but true. The veil is now so thin that we can and must walk right through. Fear, the constant, which marks the old, is withering before our very eyes. The light of our great love is melting the figment of reality made from fear. We are being invited into a new and gracious reality made from love. Compassion for those clinging to the last vestiges of fear must be the hallmark of our interactions. Compassion for the selves we were just a moment ago is also due. We needed the shields we used to navigate our historical past. They are gone now. We are new. We are the integrated beings exciting the flames of our transformation. And we must treat ourselves as the bringers of the dawn that we are. We are the keepers of the light. We are the keepers of the fire. And just like Cecilia, we are the tenders of the hearts of those that need tending to. We are children of the angels, keepers of the light. We are children of the angels, keepers of the fire. We are children of the angels, keepers of the light. We are children of the angels, keepers of the fire. We are children of the angels, keepers of the light. We are children of the angels, keepers of the fire. Sit for just a moment in the stillness and the silence and the fire of the new paradigm and your own awakening. Consider for a moment that the bridge that we are building is nothing more than the realization that our current process is not one of breaking down, but one of breaking open. Not one of shutting down, but one of awakening. A process of progression and evolution. This next piece, written by Michael, is called Clarity in the Chaos.
In times of radical rearrangement, we're not breaking apart into pieces. We are breaking open into a new structure. Just as an egg breaks open into pieces to expose a new life that formed within, We ourselves are like this shell, a layer that was once us inside has grown and transmutated to now become the shell from which our new self emerges. We are shaping out of one thing as we shape into another. The nomenclature we use makes no difference to the process, but it does make a difference to our perception of the process. We embed so much energy into the statements that we hold as truths that we sometimes negate the information coming through. We are convinced it is a muddled mess and lose our vision of the clarity in the chaos. Chaos must first be recognized and experienced before it can be converted into a new order. It is each of us, as the conductor of our symphony of thought, that determines how the harmonies shall come together, how the song will sound. It is us who are singing. We sing ourselves into a new existence from meandering melodies of misperception. A clarity comes when we step aside from what we call losses and failures and realize they are actually lessons and blessings. The broken shells become the nutrients for our next incarnations, for our delightful development, for our dance of desire. Hold fast to the only truth there is, and that is that there is no doubt we are progressing to a perfect union with the divine. A perfect union with the divine, a union that already exists. Yet for countless reasons, we create and we believe that we are not there. This perilous perception allows us to bathe in benign disabilities of stagnation. Once we see that it is our thought that stands in our way, we can conquer these thoughts with grace and glory by claiming every step along the way as a necessary process to our evolving wholeness. Our wholeness. Our wholeness.
With each step we're moving higher. With each step we're moving on. With each step we're moving higher on the higher ground. With each step we're moving higher. With each step we're moving on. With each step we're moving higher on the higher ground. With each step we're moving higher. With each step we're moving on. With each step we're moving higher, onto higher ground. With each step we're moving higher. With each step we're moving on. With each step we're moving higher, on the higher ground. Let us enter our final period of silence, taking the steps outwardly and inwardly to realize that we're not building a bridge, that we are living as the bridge, right in the middle of the darkness and right in the middle of the light. And our final reading this evening, I'm going to ask Michael to play the other bowl. It is a challenge as we prepare to come back into our current reality. It is offered from the heart of White Eagle from the Hopi tribe. I connected with my brother Lester Herbertson, who sent this poem just today, and it seems so appropriate to use this evening. For those that don't know Lester, you are probably seeing his face there on the screen. This is a reading from White Eagle. This moment humanity is going through can now be seen as a portal and as a whole. The decision to fall into the hole or to go through the portal is up to you. If you repent of the problem and consume the news 24 hours a day with little energy, nervous all the time, with pessimism, you will fall into the hole. But if you take this opportunity to look at yourself, to rethink life and death, take care of yourself and others, you will cross the portal. Take care of your homes. Take care of your body. Connect with your spiritual home. And when you are taking care of yourselves, you are taking care of everything else. Do not lose the spiritual dimension of this crisis. Have the eagle aspect, that from above, and see the whole. See more broadly. There is a social demand in this crisis, but there is also a spiritual demand. The two go hand in hand. Without the social dimension, we fall into fanaticism. But without the spiritual dimension, we fall into pessimism and a lack of meaning. You were prepared to go through this crisis. Take your toolbox and use all the tools that are available to you. Learn about resistance of the indigenous and African peoples. We have always been and continue to be exterminated, but we still haven't stopped singing. We still haven't stopped dancing, lighting a fire and having fun. Don't feel guilty about being happy during this difficult time. I'm going to ask Michael to finish the second page of the reading.
You do not help at all being sad and without energy. You help if good things emanate from the universe now. It is through joy that one resists. Also, when the storm passes, each of you will be very important in the reconstruction of this world, this new world. You need to be well and strong. And for that, there is no other way than to maintain a beautiful, happy, and bright vibration. This has nothing to do with alienation. This is a resistance strategy. In shamanism, there is a rite of passage called the quest for vision. You spend a few days alone in the forest, without water, without food, without protection. When you cross this portal, you get a new vision of the world. Because you have faced your fears. You have faced your difficulties. This is what is asked of you. Allow yourself to take advantage of this time to perform your vision-seeking rituals. What world do you want to build for you? For now, this is what you can do. Serenity in the storm. Calm down. Pray every day. Establish a routine to meet the sacred every day. Establish a routine to meet the sacred every day. Good things emanate. What you emanate now is the most important thing. And sing, dance, resist through art, joy, faith, and love. Resist. Be reborn. Be reborn.
As we prepare to end our time this evening, there's been so many dialogues about what will be. Oh, when this quarantine is done and complete, then we will sing and we will dance and we will play and we will laugh and we will hold each other. Well, you may not be able to hold each other right now, But boy, can we sing and dance and play and create. Use this moment, and let's not wait for tomorrow to come or quarantines to end to be that life force, full and rich and beautiful. This concludes our meditation. If this time with Michael and me has been meaningful to you, I invite you to please consider making a contribution. I believe that if your life is a little different and you make your family life at home in quarantine a little bit different, it could have been the most valuable time you could have spent. Vibrate in one word or one chant or one song that was sung here, one poem that was offered, one face that you saw on the screen. Take the energy of these beautiful expressions of God and bring it in close and share it with all, that it could have been the most valuable thing you could have done this evening. So if that had value, please consider texting to give, mailing a check into your community, your spiritual community. And for those that have joined us for the first time tonight, we welcome you. Thank you for being a part of our hearts and bringing your light into this collective energy. For right now, we'll just end with the song, and I thank you. I thank you for the love you give to me, and I thank you for the love you let me be. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you give to me. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you let me be. Michael, I thank you. Have a wonderful, beautiful evening. Carry the meditation into the rest of your life. Thank you so much for being here today. Please know that Michael Burke's poetry is available, and when we get all done here, come buy tons of books. Thanks again for being here. Have a wonderful evening.